I'm live.
No. Of course, stars.
Always.
Thank you.
As far as like actual the other requirement for you all to wear that too.
Everybody ready to go?
Yes, sir.
All right. Good evening. Thank you for joining me here today. I've been speaking with the police all afternoon, so thank you for understanding the delay and hearing from me directly. First, I am blessed. My team is blessed. No one was physically injured today. This morning, I was gathered for a brief meeting with my campaign team, 4 of my incredible teammates in our campaign office. A man walked into our office. When we greeted him, he pulled out a gun, aimed directly at me, and began shooting. The individual closest to the door managed to bravely get the door shut. We barricaded the door, and the suspect fled. Let me say again that all of us are blessed, and I'm blessed to be standing here today with you. Despite one bullet coming so close that it grazed my sweater and my shirt, no one was physically harmed, and we're extraordinarily grateful for our safety. We are shaken, but safe. I'd like to especially thank the swift response of the Louisville Metro Police Department, the ATF, and all of the law enforcement officers who secured the scene within minutes and are working this case. I'm so proud and grateful for these brave men and women who work hard every day to keep all of us in Louisville safe. I want to thank everyone in the Louisville community and beyond who has reached out to my team and I today for your outpouring of support. At this time, we need to allow law enforcement to do their work, and so I'll not be commenting further about the situation or speculating on the shooter's motivations while police complete their ongoing investigation. Today is not a day for politics, but it's not lost on me that the violence my staff and I experienced today is far too common in our city. Too many Louisville families have experienced the trauma of gun violence. Too many in Louisville were not as blessed as my team and I were today to survive. Clearly, much more work needs to be done to end this senseless gun violence and make Louisville a safer place for everyone. Together, I know we will get there. Thank you very much, and I'm happy to answer some questions.
How in the world are you doing?
I'm shaken up. It was a surreal experience. And mostly right now, I just want to get home to my wife and sons and give them a hug. I haven't been able to see them all day. I've been with LMPD all day. My team and I have been cooperating with them and working with them, and that's what I want most, is just to get home to my family.
Did you recognize the man who entered in the office and fired shots?
I'm not going to be commenting on any of my observations beyond what I said today about the specifics in that regard with respect to the suspect.
Can we talk about the staffer who you said closed the door? Can you tell us more about that situation, who that was, how they did that?
I'm not going to be disclosing exactly who that was, but the gunman came stood in the doorway as he fired the shots, and one of my teammates was standing to the side of the door and was able to get the door slammed, and then he and other teammates that were closer to the door just threw tables and desks to barricade us in.
What did you tell them? Because that's a flight or flight moment. They just acted.
I'm very fortunate to have a great team of brave people who responded in that way. We're all very blessed.
You spoke about the moment that you guys greeted him as he entered in. What was going through your mind once you saw that gun that was pulled out?
It all happened so quick, but it's a very surreal experience. I know there are far too many other people in Louisville who've experienced that same feeling. I'm fortunate that was the first time that's happened to me. I certainly hope it's the last, and I'll do everything possible I can to make sure no one else has to experience that, having a gun shot at them and then gunshots fired.
Are you making earlier notice that there was a hole in the back of your sweater? Is that where the bullet grazed you?
Yes.
Craig, has your campaign been subject to any previous threats prior to today, or anything of that nature that led you to suspect anything like this could happen?
I'm not going to comment. That impacts the investigation, so the police have asked me not to comment on that, and they're doing the investigation right now.
How do you move forward from something like this as far as your campaign?
We move forward with resolve and knowing that we as a community need to work together. It doesn't matter what your political party is, what part of the city you live in, what your gender, race, or anything else about you. I think everyone in Louisville wants to be safe. And so we as a community need to band together, work together, put any other differences that we have aside to end this senseless gun violence that's plaguing our city. It's been the #1 issue I've been talking about since I launched my campaign. And now today's just gives me even more resolve, being impacted by it the way that my team and I now have, just give us a new resolve to work together with the community to end this senseless gun violence. Yeah, let's just go this way.
To your security in light of this?
I'm not going to be commenting on that at this time.
Craig, what kind of trauma crisis counseling are you employing for the folks who were in the office with you and for yourself, if you would share that with us?
So LMPD has been great about that and advising us of the services that are available through LMPD and the private sector as well. I've encouraged everyone on my team to speak with a professional to talk about the trauma that they experienced today. And I plan to do that also at some point as well. But again, tonight I'm most focused on getting home to my family and being with them.
Craig, could you confirm, were you one of 4 or were there 4 other people? And then also, what was the conversation like with your wife when you talked to her after this happened?
There were 5 of us in the office, so myself and 4 other teammates. And when I first spoke with my wife, it was an emotional conversation. I was just wanted her to know that I was safe, and we were still in our offices, so we had not left yet. So I knew we were safe at that point in time, but I also was being asked to cooperate with the investigation, and so we haven't had that much time today other than brief conversations throughout. One more.
Can you describe how you're feeling the moment you realized that you had not been hit and that you were going to be okay?
Blessed. When those of us who were in our office today, the first thing we did was checking in to make sure everybody was okay. And then we immediately grabbed a cell phone to dial 911, and we all felt lucky, and we were fortunate that LMPD arrived so quickly on the scene and that nobody was hurt. Thank you all so much again. I really appreciate it, and we will continue to stay in touch.